It's the latest flagship tablets from Google and Apple, and we're throwing them into the Prizefight Ring. Get ready for a prize-fight punch-out between the Nexus 9 versus the iPad Air 2. Our judges for this fight are Eric, the Tank Man Franklin, Xiomara, the KO Blanco, and you know who, Ring-a-ling-a-ding-tong. We'll take all three judges' scores and average them out to the nearest tenth of a point. The final prize fight score will be an average of all rounds using the same system. Lego, round one is design. The Nexus 9 gets its design thanks to HTC with the familiar rubberized backing that's 8 millimeters thick with an 8.9-inch screen at a 2048 by 1536 resolution and 281 pixels per inch density. The iPad Air 2 goes even thinner at 6.1 millimeters with its streamlined all-metal body design that's the classiest out there. The screen measures 9.7 inches and its anti-glare coating really makes a difference at the same resolution of the Nexus, but a lower 264 pixels per inch density. The Nexus 9 gets a 3.3 and the iPad Air 2 gets a 4.3. Next round is user interface. The Nexus 9 is a showcase for Android 5.0 Lollipop, and it's a modern refresh take on Android. There's new navigation and features while keeping notifications and multiple users that make you sing. Lollipop, lollipop, oh, lollipop. Some apps will need to catch up to run smoothly. It's still not as simple as iOS, really nothing is, but Lollipop left us all impressed. Now you know what you're getting with iOS, that's easy enough for a 2-year-old to figure out. Touch ID isn't as useful compared to an iPhone, but it's a nice addition. Both platforms bring an always-on voice search and commands, but we still side with Google's for speed and accuracy of information. Now, I really enjoyed Lollipop, maybe because it's the new kid on the block right now, and we're giving it a little bump with a 4.3, and iOS gets a 4. Apple leads 2 rounds in, next round is features. User profiles and a battery saver mode that purportedly adds an extra 90 minutes of juice are standouts here. Its 8-megapixel rear camera is solid, but can't match the image quality or the myriad shooting modes of the iPad. But the biggest design advantage here is 2 front-facing speakers for real stereo sound, and every tablet needs this. Now the iPad Air's camera is hands down the best camera on a tablet, even if it pains me because we'll see more idiots at a concert holding them in the air and blocking my view of One Direction.
Disclaimer, Brian does not actually like One Direction.
Now, Touch ID is an extra level of security, and Apple Pay integration works in apps right now, but not in third-party mobile sites. This one is up for grabs, but we're giving both sides a 4.7. The final round is performance. The 3D Ice Storm Unlimited test shows that the Nexus 9's graphics prowess besting the iPad Air 2, but when it came to the Geekbench 3 benchmark test for multi-core processing, the iPad Air 2 flexes its custom A8X chip muscle with a dominant score. Now, based on initial battery drain tests, the iPad Air 2 lasts roughly around 10 to 12 hours depending on real-world usage, and the Nexus 9 does the same. Now, in everyday use, the iPad is still the snappiest, most responsive tablet we've seen, and even though the Nexus 9 is a zippy performer as well, some apps still lag loading, and we still give the edge to the iPad. The iPad Air 2 gets a 4.7, and the Nexus 9 gets a 4.3. So let's average out all 4 rounds, and you can do the math, but Apple's iPad Air 2 takes this battle 4.4 to 4.1 and is your prize fight winner. I'm Brian Tong, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you guys next time for another prize fight. Whoop-whoop!
The WAPA has been cut due to time constraints.